Yes, goats can eat watermelon rinds. They are perfectly safe for goats to feed on. Usually, goats go for a juicy pink side of the rind rather than outside. However, both are edible and an excellent source of nutrition. Is watermelon rind good for goats? Watermelon rinds are good for goats. They are nutritious and have many health benefits. The watermelon rind is rich in fiber, thus constitutes a very nutritious source of food. Goats eat almost all the parts of watermelon, so if you want to feed watermelon rinds to your goats, go ahead and do it. Keep one thing in mind, always cut up the rind in bite-sized treats. This will help your goats to munch on rinds easily, and don't get them choked in their throats. You also would want to feed rinds a little at a time for better digestion. Is watermelon rind bad for goats in any way? No, watermelon rinds are not bad for goats in any way. On the contrary, they are a very good source of nutrition for your goats. As discussed earlier, they are rich in potassium. So, you can conveniently consider them as an energy house for your goats. The only way watermelon rinds get bad for your goats is due to your own negligence. You need to make sure that rinds are cut in small pieces or bite-sized pieces, if I am to say more precisely. It is important because you need to make sure that rinds don't get stuck in your goat's throat. Such an event can be really dreadful for you and your goat alike. Can goats eat watermelons? Goats relish masticating fruits like watermelons. In addition to them being a good source of energy and nutrition, they are also very delicious. There are no health risks involved in feeding watermelons to goats. Goats love to munch on garden greens now and then. It is also very beneficial for your goat's health to add sometimes such snacks to their diet. It will boost their energy level, and will also save them from various diseases. Every part of a watermelon is edible for goats. Even seeds are edible too, but an excess amount of them can be hard to digest for your goats. Watermelons are rich in vitamins A, B, C, and potassium. They are a very efficient nutritive source for your goats, so feel free to let your goats feed on these delicious fruits. Can goats eat watermelon vines? Goats sure can eat watermelon vines. Just like the rind, vines too need to be fed sparingly. The inclusion of watermelon vines or rinds in the regular diet of goats is not a good idea. You should look out for one thing. Make sure that vines have not been sprayed with any pesticide or something like that. Vines itself will not be a problem, but that pesticide spray can be really hazardous. Better to avoid that. Summary: watermelon rinds are a good source of energy for goats, so yes, goats can eat watermelon rinds, and there is no harm in feeding them that. Goats can eat each part of the watermelon, whether it be rind or seeds. But make sure to feed them in a moderate ratio to avoid getting your goats' tummies upset. Last but not least, let your goats feed on healthy fruits now and then. This can have a very positive impact on your goats' overall health.